Hello, family. Thank you for joining me in another episode of The Lies You Tell with Uncle T. And I am so glad you're here. I hope everyone had a great weekend and your week has started out really great for you. And I'd like to thank all my subscribers for all your support. And I'd like to thank all my new subscribers for coming on board. And I'd like to give you thanks for all your assistance. And if you have not subscribed or hit the notification bell, please go ahead so that you'll be notified whenever I put out a new episode, and you'll be able to just enjoy it. But let's get down to it. And I like to say that the topic today that we're doing is why do people lie so much? We don't know why. Why do people lie so much? We say, oh my God, this joker lying right through their teeth. We say this individual lies like a carpet laying on the floor, just lie. And we all know that we've all lied. Somewhere during our lifetime, we've lied about something. We passed a lie along to someone else that we don't even know the truth. And a lot of times we have to just admit, keeping it 100, all the way from our youth up to an adult, we've lied somewhere along the way. Okay? That's the first thing we need to confess right out the top, so that we're not liars. We're saying, I've never told a lie. I think that goes back to the saying, I think George Washington, said that he had never told a lie. I would never tell a lie, something like that. Then he chopped down the cherry tree, something like that. Anyway, why do people lie so much? People lie, celebrities lie, people lie on the job, people lie in relationships, people lie for so many reasons that we can't even fathom. People lie over the just simplest little things. Some things that you like, why'd you lie about that? That wasn't even worth lying about. You just could have came forward and just said what the deal was. People lie about everything. We know this is election time, for our primaries, governor, commissioners, things of this nature. So it is that time for those things to take place. So that we're going to hear a lot of lies. We're going to hear a lot of promises that people can't keep. Republican and Democrat, they can't keep just to get your vote. But we all know that because of the fall of Adam and Eve and sin entered into the world, we just inherit that sin factor that you don't even have to be taught how to lie. Even a child will lie and you didn't even teach them. They already know how to lie. It just comes up and it comes out. And we have to just look at some things. I want you to just open your minds, listen, and say, you know what? I learned something today about the liar. Why do people lie so much? And what are the consequences of lying? Because there are consequences. You know that, right? There are consequences in the end when you stand in front of I like to say the old man. You stand in front of the judge, standing in front of Father. There will be some consequences. All right, let's look at some things real quick. Why do people lie so much? Let's look at just my notes here. Let's look at Revelations 21:8. It says, but the fearful and unbelieving. Fearful here meaning cowardice. Cowardice people who don't like to live for God, who don't want anybody to know that they're trying to live right, not going to stand up for Christ, always going to try to be cool, fit in with the crowd, fit in with the world, and the unbelieving, those that just don't believe. The second abominable and murderers. Murderers don't always have to be with a gun, shooting someone, or choking someone to death, or killing someone with your hands. Murdering, you can murder someone with your lips. You can murder with someone with your words. You can kill their spirit, murder them spiritually, emotionally. Financially, you can murder someone. You can just bury them. Whoremongers, all the players, the male and female players out there. Sorcerers. I heard this today on the job. A lady was saying that there are good sorcerers, there are good witches, and there are bad witches. There are good warlocks and there are bad warlocks. I have to differ with you on that one. There is no such thing as a good witch and a bad witch. I think that has become famous now with Harry Potter. And the author of Harry Potter, the woman who made Harry Potter, she says she's a Christian, but she's made her living off sorcery. She made books, all kinds of things off of sorcery. I don't know how y'all feel about that. Can you be a Christian and make those type of sorcery books and make millions and millions and millions of dollars off of them? But you say it's just a fairy tale, but are you practicing sorcery? Are you helping children, helping adults learn how to practice sorcery? You know that because they sell lots of sorcery products, Ouija boards, and I'm not sure if you have a Dollar Tree in your city, but where I am, I used to do part-time work at a Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree does sell Ouija boards, and they sell tarot cards. I don't know if anybody knew that, but I've seen a lot of kids come through there with tarot cards and Ouija boards. All liars shall have their part in the lake burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. We don't want to be caught out here lying, okay? At some point, we got to grow up and just tell the truth. And we got to quit lying about stuff that we shouldn't be lying about, okay? Second verse, Proverbs 13:3. He that keepeth his mouth preserves his life, but he who opens wide his lips shall have destruction, okay? And we ask, okay, the question is, he that keepeth his mouth preserves his life, meaning that tell the truth, you avoid destruction. Tell the truth, and you may live longer, because I know people have gotten killed and murdered because of lies, because they opened up their mouth to the wrong person and lied on someone and got killed. Okay. First thing is, people will lie to avoid punishment. People will lie about if they stole, robbed, killed. You see it all the time on in movies, drug dealers, embezzlers, you name it. People will lie to avoid punishment. I don't care who it is, going to jail. I'm going to lie. I'm going to tell the prosecutor I didn't know anything about it. I'm going to tell the sheriff, the police, the detective. I don't know nothing. I don't know why you talking to me. I ain't no snitch, and I'm not telling nothing. Okay? You might as well give me my lawyer. I'm not saying nothing. Okay? Second thing is to gain an advantage. People will lie on their resumes. People will do whatever they need to do. We living in a time now where it's not who you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. We have people who will lie for us to get our foot in the door, to get a job, knowing we're not qualified. We will lie on our resume, say I did this, I did that, I did this, I supervised these many people, I'm manager, I did this, I did that. Haven't done none of that. Do all that to just get a job. Not like the job is paying $50,000 more or $25,000 more. People will lie on their resume to get a job that doesn't even pay but $1.50 or $2 more an hour. Will lie. It's not like it was for great gain. I'm talking about people lying on little jobs that doesn't even really don't even make $30,000 a year, and they're lying about. They're lying on the jobs. And I look at also people will actually lie to protect themselves and others. I worked in prisons. I worked in federal prisons, state prisons. I worked in youth facilities for many years. And people would take the fall for their father, their mother, sister, brother, whoever, grandfather, whether the grandfather was holding drugs for them and the grandfather got busted. They had a raid, and so the guy comes saying, hey, that's not my grandpa's drugs. Those are my drugs. He didn't have nothing to do with it. People would take a fall for their mothers, their fathers. And I was just listening to a documentary on Steve Harvey and his wife, where Steve Harvey, it was alleged with the gentleman that was married to Margaret Harvey, and how he alleged and said that Margaret Harvey was a drug dealer. And she sold drugs, hid drugs, did all kinds of things allegedly by this gentleman. He was doing an interview with the cussing pastor. So if you haven't seen that documentary, hey, go to YouTube and put in the cussing pastor, and you will see that documentary. Yep, I said it, the cussing pastor. The pastor that cussed more than a sailor, and he's a pastor. All right, and the next one is to fit in society. You know, when we're young, we want to fit in with the group. We want to fit in with the college crowd. We want to fit in on the job. We want to be cool. We want to be down. We want to be hip. We want to be a part of the world. You know, we don't want to be square. We don't want to be square. You know, you saying, oh, I'm a Christian, you know, and all the cool people are over there. You know, don't be ashamed of who you are. Don't try to fit in with the world. Try to fit in with the crowd. You be who you are. Be unique, because God only made one of you. That's what makes you so unique. He only made one. It's easy to follow the crowd, but it's easy to stand alone and the crowd follow you, you know, because you're the cool one in the group. Let's see here. And see, the next thing that I have on my list, the next thing is that they will lie to maintain privacy. What do you mean by that, Uncle T? Maintain privacy. A person will lie about their personal information. You know, I found out today, didn't even know about it. Somebody told me today on the job, said a gentleman lied about about who he was, who got a job, and he only worked for like 3 weeks and he quit. Said that he was using different people's social security numbers. So I'm just like, what? So, you know, he's probably going to be investigated, you know, probably by the feds as well. People will lie about their age. You know, women lie about their age all the time. You know, men, when they look good, you know, if you 70 years old and you look like you're 50, you know, guy, you know, sometime, you know, man, you know, he gonna brag about his age, so he'll tell his age. But most women will not. They say it's bad manners to ask a woman how old she is. But women, trust me, some guys are not asking you how old you are to be disrespectful. Some men just admire how well you've taken care of yourself and can't believe you're 50, 40, 60, 70 years old because you look so great. That's why a lot of times men will ask you, how old are you? I'm just asking. They're not trying to be disrespectful. They're just admiring your beauty. Relationships. People rely about their relationships, who they're with, who they going out with. You see that all the time on celebrities. They don't want you to know they're dating so-and-so, but they're always out at a show. They always on the red carpet together. And even on a small scale, you know, people messing around, friends with benefits, all those kind of things. People lie, you know, especially when you live in a small town where everybody know each other. You know, you're trying to keep it on wraps. You know, we know that people will lie about their relationships. You know, I know for a fact that I know a couple who eloped, and they told everybody that they didn't have money for a wedding because, you know, they was, you know, no, we're not financially able to have a big wedding. But the truth was, they didn't want to invite their family because their family was so much drama that they didn't even want either side of the family to even come because they didn't want to be bothered. They didn't want to be embarrassed. So they just made up a lie and said, well, we just eloped because we didn't have any money. That wasn't the truth. And the next thing I can see here is that people will lie to get out of awkward situations. Really? Let's just say, for instance, you go out tonight, have a babysitter, call me about 9:30 and get me out of there. I don't want to be there. Babysitter calls, hey, hello. Oh God, we'll be right there. Hey, Jim. Mary, we gotta go. We just got a call. The babysitter says something. The baby's crying. The baby won't stop crying. We gotta go, man. Hey, I love to stay longer. Great party. I enjoyed myself, but I gotta take off. I'll talk to you tomorrow at work. I'll see you next week. Liar. Do anything to get out of an awkward situation by having somebody to call in to get you out. Or this is the famous one. You in the conversation like, oh God, you see the person's name pop up on your phone. You're like, oh my goodness. Hey, how you doing? You talking for about maybe 7, 8, 9 minutes. All of a sudden, oh, I gotta, let me call you right back. Somebody's at the door. Let me call you right back. Okay, I hit you up later. Just to get them off the phone because you don't want to talk to them. Here we go again. Somebody calls you, right? All of a sudden, same scenario. Hey, I gotta go. Somebody's beeping in. I gotta take this call. This is an important call. I've been waiting on them to call me all day. I hit you back. I'll talk to you later. Love you. Bye. Just be lying, man. Just be lying. Just because you don't want to deal with them and be bothered with them. Why couldn't we just can't tell them the truth? Is it that we just don't want to hurt their feelings? Is it that are we so conditioned in life that all we know how to do is just lie to get out of a situation, lie to not tell a person the truth? Have we gotten that bad? Number 7, to avoid embarrassment. We will lie to avoid embarrassment. Situation. Nephew urinated on himself, but then told his mom he spilled water out of his sippy cup while he was eating at the kitchen table. But he urinated. He wasn't scared of getting a spanking or nothing because he wasn't going to be disciplined or nothing like that. He was just embarrassed that he wet in his pants, but he said that he spilled water on himself. And he didn't. He was just embarrassed. But it's amazing how a little toddler could lie like that and nobody taught him how to do that. Somehow that sinful nature inside of him lied. And these are just demonic spirits that when Adam and Eve fell out of the garden and they sinned, the Bible says that sin entered into the world. It was never existing. It entered. All the sin that you see right now, this demonic warfare that you see right now in the world, it entered. It entered the world. And sometimes people say, I had somebody told me and said, Uncle T, man, you sound like something out of the future, science fiction. No. This is not science fiction. Have you ever read your Bible and they talking about demons and spirits, warfare, and angels and angelic beings and angels coming down from heaven to earth like a bolt of lightning? And now sometimes I look up at the sky, and I've been to Florida, and I see those bolts of lightning coming to the ground. I said, wow, I just wondered, are those angels coming from heaven? Are they like bolts of lightning coming down to the ground? And I'm like, wow, Jesus raising people from the dead, and they were dead, and he raised them back up, and they walked out of the tomb. And it's like, wow, that is like really, really, really interesting to me. And it's like, how did you never think about demons and devils and things of this nature? We only look at this stuff on TV, especially October, where we have all these horror movies and all these things, and the Jasons and the demons and all this stuff coming from the graves and all this spiritual warfare, the craft, with these young girls who want to be witches and all this kind of stuff. We see that stuff on TV. But man, you read that Bible, you'll realize that a lot of this stuff is real. And it's real warfare. And I'm trying to teach you something tonight about spiritual warfare, about the spirit of lying. And I found this to be very interesting. It says that low self-esteem, persons who lie all the time, they lack confidence about who they are and what they can do. They often feel incompetent, unloved, or inadequate. Most people are afraid of making a mistake or letting other people down. And then we find that a lot when people lie to their friends and family. They don't want to let you down. They don't want to hurt your feelings. They don't want to tell the truth. They don't want no drama. I just rather lie to my grandma. I just rather lie to my grandpa. I just rather lie to my mom and dad. I just don't want no drama. I just want them to love me. And I just lie to them and say, yeah, mom, yeah, dad, yeah. But, we can't continue to keep doing that. We can't continue to keep doing that because one of the things that I have found out when I look at my notes is that this is the warfare. Satan has to get you to open your mouth and conversate, and hopefully that you will lie and not tell the truth. Every time Satan gets you to lie, he is the accuser of the brethren. He goes before God. Whenever God called all the cherubims and he says, Satan, what have you been doing? I've been down walking on the earth to and fro, looking at man and seeking whom I may devour. He goes back and tell God, all those people that you love and you say you love, they don't love you. He's a liar. She's a liar. I could tell you all the liars right now. He is accuser of the brethren. And I truly believe that when we standing before God on that day of judgment, it's not going to be nobody around but just you, the 24 elders, which is the 12 tribes of Israel, 12 disciples, God in the middle. And you're going to be standing there. And I truly believe Satan is going to be there too. That he's going to be called. And he's going to be, I want to be a witness in this case. Because you're not getting up here lying, and you're not going to get up here and say you don't know this, you didn't do this, because he is an accuser of the brethren. I truly believe that. And I truly believe that what his goal is to try to get you to lie about everything. Try to get you to lie about everything. And one thing I wanted to say about domestic violence, this is Domestic Violence Month. And one thing I had to study on was that whenever domestic violence and anybody is trying to take someone's life and you're protecting someone's life, God does not see that as lying. He sees that as protecting someone's life. Because he did the same thing in Matthew 2, and it was verse 12, 7 through 12, where he told the wise men, I want to worship this king. Tell me immediately once you find him, I want to worship him too. And the wise men went away and they found him. But they had a dream that night, and the Lord said, don't go back into him. You go ahead and go on home, because he's going to try to kill the Messiah. He's going to try to kill the baby Jesus. I said, well, Herod could have said, them wise men, they were lying like I don't know what. They said they were going to come back and tell me something. They lied to me. Count that up to the good Lord. The good Lord said, no, you got to be wise as a serpent. When someone is trying to take someone's life and kill someone, you got to be wise as the serpent. And you have to preserve life. That's not lying. When someone knocks on your door, just like if you were in the Holocaust and you had a basement full of 10 Jews and you was a Nazi soldier, knocked on your door and says, you holding Jews? You got Jews in your house? And you got 10 Jews down in the cellar. And you say, nope, ain't no Jews here. Do you see any Jews? That person is preserving life. He is being wise, because the person that's knocking on that door is deceptive. They're deceptive, and they are out to kill one of God's children. and you are preserving that life no more than what God would allow a room or a way for you to escape. So there's a difference. There's a difference in preserving life, and then there's a difference in being deceptive because you stole $50 out of the register and you lied about it. That's different. And you say, well, I don't know, Uncle T, that's going a little too far. That's going a little too far right there. I don't know about that. Yes, it is. Because there is a thing called righteous justice. There's a thing called righteous justice that God does allow. Even God knew that the wise men said that they told the king Herod that when we find him, we'll let you know. God himself sent the wise men away. Said, no, we're not. We're not going back and tell him nothing. So anytime the master says, nope, go home, I'm not telling him nothing because he's not a part of the plan. And a lot of times you as a man and woman of God, you have to be a part of God's plan. And then when it comes to domestic violence, somebody knocking on your door talking about, where's Linda at? Because I told her I'm going to kill her next time I see her. She done took them kids and done left me. And then when I see her, I'm going to kill her. Is she here? No, she's not here. And you don't even have to tell her whether she's there or not, because you don't have to lie to anybody. You don't have to say nothing. You just say no. You can say, I don't have to tell you nothing. I don't have to tell you nothing, but you're going to get off my front porch. I know that. And you can carry that on down the street. I know that. Because I had a grandfather who was like that. I remember one time my aunt had gotten into it with her husband, and she come running to my grandfather's house, and he said, you gonna get on with that now? He was old school. He was one of them old school grandfathers, and he was the one that kept a shotgun behind the back door, kept a shotgun over the door, a pistol in one of the drawers. I mean, he just didn't play. And he'll tell you right now, you better go on now. You better go on now. When he said that 2 or 3 times, you better go on now. He meant that. He meant that. And that was your warning, like a rattlesnake. That was your warning to go ahead and go. You need to back up and go on about your business. But for domestic violence, look out for your brother, your sister. And I know I say that for some brothers. There are some brothers who out there getting their tails whooped. There are some girls out there who are real masculine, and they cause a lot of problems. And I do know 1 or 2 have really got. He was a skinny little guy, and she was a big girl, and she would beat him like a man. And it was nothing but her to smack him and leave her whole handprint all over his face. And I'm just like, dude, why you put up with that? You need to get out of there, because I see you're the one, she's the one that is abusive, but you're going to be the one to go to jail. Because as soon as you raise your hand and protect yourself and you hit her, she's going to call the cops and say you abused her, and you're going to go to jail. Same thing for you women. Don't take that crap. Don't take that crap off no man. You deserve to be treated better. There's someone out here who would love you for you, because that's not real love. But I got some lessons coming up about the narcissists and the combative narcissists. And I got another 2 series right after this one about the lion spirit. And I'm going to help you out a whole lot. And till we meet again, my friend, stay prayed up, confess. I love you with the love of God. Talk to you later. Oh yeah, and I apologize that I wasn't, I was under the weather. Somebody came to work, had the whole department sick. And I'm just now getting over a bad cold, and we just don't know if the guy had COVID or he was just sick or what, but everybody was sick. And so I'm just now recovering. That's why I hadn't put any new videos out. But just to let you know, I'm back. I'm getting ready to rock and roll. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm getting ready to roll, and I'm getting ready to let some videos flow. So check me out. I love you. Peace out.